He's writing a book.
What?
Yeah.
Tom's writing a book about you?
No. He's writing a book and about soils and.
So Tom,
The whole
TV presenter, was just talking to John Shropshire. It was a very intriguing conversation.
He contacted me a few months ago about the book he's writing, and he just asked me about the Fens and Peat and.
Yeah, well, because this first book is very, very informative. Have you read it?
I haven't actually. No, I haven't. No, I wouldn't like to admit that to him, but I haven't.
I'll get you a copy. We were talking earlier when we met up about your amazing business, West African farms in Senegal. See if you can remember this story. That when I was out there visiting 6 years ago, I said, "What's John Shropshire like?" He said, he's amazing. We once had to meet one of the elders in the local community because we were trying to get some more land, and we had to go into their mud hut or equivalent, and it was a bit of a rite of passage that we had to eat some of their food, and we were a bit sceptical about it. John just got into it and really enjoyed it, and they really found that because John was so open towards them, they were open to, and it helped all the subsequent negotiations.
Well, yeah.
So it's interesting how the likes of your father, your family, from the Fens and the Fenland Soil event, how your businesses spread all over the world, whether it be East America, whether it be Senegal, whether it be the Fens. So is this an ongoing ambition of yourself and the family to continue to grow the company in the UK and overseas?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we started growing salads and vegetables, and my father really started this in the early 80s. He said, if we're going to be in the business, we've got to be in it all year round. Yeah. So, the first thing he did was went to Spain to produce celery and lettuce. And then, of course, when we got into the spring onion business, salad onion business, we then, an obvious place to go to was Senegal. We also buy product from Egypt, and we have in the past bought from Mexico, which is all air freight. So we've substituted the Mexican volume with Senegalese volume, and Senegal is all sea freight. So that's the big advantage of it. And people. Your business is being very, very mercurial. We've seen lots of businesses come and go. In my little tenure of 20 odd years, there's always been G's. G's has just been this bellwether of the sector. What's the success down to? A lot of hard work and a lot of people, haven't you? You've got to really stick at it. I think the other thing is, we keep investing. So you've got to keep investing and keep working at it. I think we've actually probably concentrated on the things where we've got a competitive advantage and not tried. In fact, if anything, we tend to do too many things, and I think it's very easy in business to do too many different things and not do some of them very, very well. So giving up, being prepared to give things up when you realise you've got competitors who can do it better than you, I think is something we've been quite good at, and concentrating on the things we do reasonably well.
And the future?
I don't see that changing a lot. I think, there's pressure on us, isn't there? The whole carbon issue, all these sort of issues, farming in the Fens, there is a bit of a pressure on us, but, we've got a lot of scope still to continue. I think we heard this morning, actually, there is a commitment for government to continue for us farming in the Fens. We might be doing a little bit less of it, and we might be creating a patchwork, or rather a better word would be mosaic, of different uses of the Fens. So some of the land was taken out of production and put into environmental measures, but not 60%, which was the figure bandied about some time ago. But maybe, proportion of the Fens, particularly the deeper peats, are probably, there's a bit of pressure on them, particularly. Because the very shallow peats, by 2050, there's not going to be a lot left, so the emissions are going to go down naturally anyway.
But where this event is so good, I think one of the speakers said 2 years ago there'd only be half a dozen people, and there's 250 people here. And it sounds like it was a sold-out event. So it's great that it's especially again, I've used a couple of times, it's driving societal change, that we're getting more and more interested in it. And because we're interested in it, we're going to create change.
Yeah, I think also, I think the government has made it clear there are going to be opportunities for farmers to create, carbon, capture schemes or sequestration schemes, and farm in a different way. And there's possibly going to be money in it for farmers as well. So farmers see the threat, but they also see the opportunity.
Yeah, and again, another reason why they should engage with the Fenland Soil.
Yeah, no question about it. Yeah, and
okay.
we want wider farming membership. The farming membership's quite good, but I think we would like, we'd really like to see more farmers involved. I think the sharing of ideas and knowledge, just a straightforward, old-fashioned discussion group. Actually, I think that's something we can create in the Fens. Yeah. We've had some great. This conference is great. We've had some really good farm walks and evenings in the last year, and we had a trip to the USA and Canada. And actually, just listening this morning, we've obviously got to get over to Holland.
Yes,
listening to Robert Caldwell saying how much further ahead in some ways they are. So we've got to get over there. Yeah. So they're a good, all sorts of interesting things to.
And we must credit Megan. Megan's done such a good job in setting this up. Off camera earlier, we were saying, I hope she's not watching. We were saying how good she is and how good she's going to be in the future. So that's going to be of benefit for this group, this organisation, isn't it?
We've been incredibly lucky to be able to recruit her straight out of university.
Yeah.
At such a young age, she's dropped into the job. She's got a huge amount of responsibility. Yeah. And we've got a great support within. Yeah. There's some farmers and some of the people involved. We've had Tina Barsby this morning. Helping. There is a good support network of people who put a lot of effort in. But Megan is an absolute star.
I've got Beverly Dixon, your colleague, whispering in my ear figuratively that asked the question: how can we get more people? How can we get more people in the sector? We always ask this, but it'd be interesting to hear your view, especially with G's. You've always had an issue, but you've always been very good. Look at Megan as an example at bringing people. How do we get more people excited about the sector?
Well, no doubt about it, and of course I'm chairman of the labour shortage review for agriculture and the food industry, and this is one of the topics. Yeah. So in a couple of months' time, our report will be coming out, and no doubt that'll be getting some airtime. But I think. It's all very well saying to government, you've got to do this and you've got to do that, but we as an industry need to try and make make sure that people are aware of the opportunities out there. Yeah. And one thing that's been done by a group of farmers is the creation of the Institute of Agriculture and Horticulture. Mm-hmm. And to be fair to government, they've put a huge amount of money into helping kickstart that organisation. And I think that's an organisation we all need to get behind and really support. So TIA, it's called for short. Yep. But it's going to be hopefully a low-cost operation, but it's going to be high profile if we can just get it over a threshold.
I think some changes have already been made. Appointment of a new CEO was announced a couple of weeks ago, which is great, and things are starting to come on through.
Yeah, I think they're just starting to get some momentum. Yeah.
John, I won't hold you up. Go enjoy the buffet. Thank you very much, and we look forward to the afternoon.
Okay, thanks, Max. Thank you.